Okay, so it looks like the majority of people here, so I'm just going to make a start. So first of all, welcome to our next webinar. Any of you that don't know me, my name is Tanya and I'm the EGYM Marketing Manager for the UK. And today's panellist that we'll be introducing is David Bishop from our EGYM Digital, formerly NetPulse team. A little bit of housekeeping from me before I pass over to David. So as always, our sessions will be recorded so that we can repeat them and use them again in the future. David will be going through some slides to begin with. We do have a Q&A session straight after, and you will notice that there is a Q&A feed in the bottom right-hand side of your screens where you can fill out questions, which we will stop and ask Dave as we go through. That's about all from me at the moment, so I'm going to pass you over to Dave, and I'll be popping up to ask questions as and when. So over to you, Dave.
Brilliant. Thanks, Tanya. Thanks, everyone, for joining today's webinar. Really excited to take you through some of the things that we're doing here at EGYM Digital to support you, your clients, and mostly, you know, the whole nation during this difficult time. What we're going to be focusing on today is some of the things that we can help you with, not only today, but over the next few weeks and months to help you improve the relationships you have with your members, and also allow your business to flourish not only during this difficult time, but also after as well. So a little bit of an introduction about me. My name is David Bishop. I'm the UK and Ireland Sales Manager for EGYM Digital, which is formerly NetPulse. I was a snowboard instructor for over 10 years and a keen CrossFit enthusiast for my sins, although I haven't been doing any burpees or push-ups over the last few weeks in the gym, but I've been trying to certainly stay fit at home. And a proud dad to my son Noel, who is just coming up to his first birthday. I predominantly work with a lot of fitness businesses within the UK to help them leverage digital to not only improve the experience that they have inside your club, but also outside. So I've got a lot of experience in some of the things that we're seeing come to fruition over the last few weeks. Tanya will have covered this briefly, but just a quick housekeeping. This is an interactive webinar, guys. I don't want to feel like you have to ask questions at certain times. If you have questions, please pop them in the chat box, and Tanya will relay them to me. I'm also going to leave a link to my diary. So if there's anything that we've covered today that maybe you don't want to talk about on the live webinar, or any challenges you're having as a business, I'm going to open my diary up this week to everyone to schedule a quick 15-minute call where we can review exactly what you're doing from a digital perspective, some of the challenges you're having, and I'll be happy to provide my experience, my expertise in those areas. Even if it's, you know, a quick chat to provide some support. As I said, you know, we're in this together, and we're going to be here to help you. We're going to be covering 4 main points today, guys. I'm going to aim to keep the webinar around 20 minutes with 10 minutes of Q&A. But the 4 areas we're going to be going through is how has member behaviour changed during COVID-19? What problems are EGYM Digital solving for operators during COVID-19? What tools are EGYM Digital providing to operators to help stay connected with their members? And also an overview of the EGYM Digital free member app that we're offering throughout the next few months. So before we start, what I do want to do is to have a look at how member behaviour has changed. We're all aware that a lot of members, you know, are now looking to digital as a way of staying connected with your business, and we're aware of the changes in the way that we're consuming technology. I thought it would be interesting for us to kind of have a look at some of the stats that we've been able to uncover here at EGYM. So, a change in behaviour. We've seen over a 7.5 hour increase, just under 7.5 hour increase in time spent on mobile per week since the breakout of COVID-19. We knew before COVID-19 broke out that there was a consistent increase across all demographics. I think we're now seeing an overlap in any time spent via desktop is now moving towards mobile and towards tablet. And I think this is only going to accelerate that further. 68% of media time being spent has been used through mobile applications. There's also been a 48% increase in people watching TV and streaming content, which is to be expected. One of the things that I've also seen is we've seen an increase in fitness equipment sales. Me myself, I bought a set of kettlebells to keep active with, and this is something that is supporting fitness equipment suppliers during this time. What I wanted to do is to have a look at the behaviours across different demographics, and this was really surprising to me when I had a look at the data last week when I was putting together this presentation. As we've seen a 200% increase in Gen X, which is 40 to 50-year-olds, 40 to 54-year-olds who are now engaging in online exercise. I think myself, I'd have probably said that millennials or Gen Z would have been the big movers here. I think this is something that we're slowly seeing is that irrespective of the demographics that you work with, we're seeing a consistent rise in that, and some of the members who you maybe felt that aren't engaging with content online or aren't engaging with your mobile app before COVID-19, those are the actual ones that are growing quite considerably. Millennials, 188% increase. We've got baby boomers, which is 55 to 75-year-olds, 183% increase, and then at the bottom, Gen Z, which is the 4 to 24-year-olds. This group here, we didn't expect as big as a move because they're already consuming content through social media, through influencers. This is the group who's most widely using online exercise. Some really interesting figures to review there. So how are we consuming content? And this is an important thing to think about is while different demographics are reaching out and actually looking for content online and engaging with digital, we're using digital in different ways. And I think this is something we really have to be in tune with. Not everyone, for example, is comfortable going and doing a live workout, but they might be more happy to use a mobile application or to use more of a prescriptive method of online workout content. And this is something that we've seen over the last few weeks. So Joe Wicks has done a fantastic job in getting a lot of the children moving and getting a lot of the families moving as well. We've also seen independent businesses using Zoom to great effect. I know a friend of mine who runs Box 12. They've had a lot of success in using Facebook as well. So the real message is here, guys, is that there's no fast and sharp way to actually connect with virtual. There's different ways that you can use and different ways that you can leverage to your advantage. I know you can see here that Anytime Fitness have been there now using their live class schedule to plug that into Facebook, and we're seeing a big popularity in this. Peloton has seen an increase in engagement over the last few weeks, understandably, not only through their hardware equipment, but also through their subscription. I know it's been quite a tough year for Peloton, and they're seeing some increase in connectivity on that level. Our platform has seen a lot of engagement through workout programming, where businesses are able to create their own programs, and members are also able to create their own workout programs too. So just quickly, I'm just going to pause there. Have we got any questions so far, Tanya? Is there anything that anybody would like me to go over at this stage?
Nothing at the moment.
Okay, brilliant. So what problems is EGYM Digital solving for operators during COVID-19? So we're really trying to focus on helping you reduce risk and reducing risk of long-term cancellations. We understand that it's a very tough time for us all, both in terms of finance, both in terms of health, and that being fitness and mental health. And we're going a long way to trying to provide you with the tools that can help you stay more connected with your members, whether that's through simple messaging, whether that's through a workout programming, But it's also about, delivering the right content for your business. So we're providing the platform where you can customize your content. You have the ability to share the content from the likes of Les Mills and other providers, which are providing an out-of-the-box solution. If you wanted to deliver something that's a little bit more bespoke and more in keeping with your client base, you already you have that access as well. One of the things that we have seen that's been really overlooked over the last few weeks is providing a platform for progress. Fitness journeys haven't stopped. People are still engaging in fitness. They're still using content. They're still going out for runs, and it's really important to provide a platform where they can track their progress. So one of the things that we do really well here at EGYM Digital is provide you with an area where you can connect to Apple Health, Fitbit, Strava, Runkeeper, some of the different applications that you might be using at the moment to track your fitness data. Building communities. So how can you get your members connecting with each other, creating social connections, such as being able to build out challenges, or whether it's gym ranking, different ways of being able to connect with the people that you once maybe went to the gym with, but you're now looking to do that digitally. Motivation and guidance. These simple things, guys, can go a long way. We're inspiring thousands of members at the moment through these channels, and it's certainly something we're really proud of to be able to help you with. Building better relationships. So being an open forum for your members and capturing that feedback is a really big part. But boosting morale. We know the importance of staying healthy during this time, and it's something that our platform is a big advocate of. So it's a time to stop, evaluate, and take action. What I want to ask everyone today is, what were you doing before COVID-19 to connect with your members digitally? Do you feel that it's a good time to reevaluate your offering? Do you feel that there's something that maybe you could change today, or is there something that's maybe missing? I think it's a really good opportunity for you to gather feedback from members and actually, openly ask them in what ways are they engaging with fitness at the moment. What are some of the things that you could be doing better, and spend this time wisely to be looking at your overall offering. We've looked at how the landscape is changing, and we don't have a solid time of when gyms are going to reopen. So I think although the landscape is changing, I think not taking action is the worst approach. I think we have to be agile. We have to evolve quickly, and we have to look at what our plans are post COVID-19. Some of the conversations that I've been having with businesses is looking at some of the services that you're not offering today, and how can that evolve? Your members are looking at your business. You may not be open, but they're still, they're still part of your community. They're still receiving your communications. So let's make sure that we deliver the very best service for them possible, and the very best experience. That's going to go a long way when we open our doors again. So just stop it there, Tanya. Have we had any questions so far? Is there anything that anybody on the webinar today would like to go over, or any points of interest?
Yeah, we do. We have a question in from Emma, who says, we struggle with talking to our members digitally, as most of our fitness team that would usually do this have been put on furlough. We mainly just have our head office staff left, and they're not qualified to be giving health and fitness advice. How would you recommend keeping the communication up without the team that can deliver it?
It's a really good question, and one of the things that we're doing to support all the businesses that we work with is helping you with that communication. So providing you with some of the comms, providing you with some of the workout templates that you can actually share with your members. So we've got a sports science team here who's been working to build out lots of different communications and lots of different content that you can leverage. We've got a dedicated support team here in the UK who have background in personal training and sports science, who are going to be here to help you. So while that team is on furlough and you don't have that resource, our team is here to support you.
Awesome. We've got another comment in from Sam, who said that he spoke to an independent, and they said that they reached out and asked their members what they wanted to see digitally, allowing them to pick their own programming, and this has seen a really high uptake in their online class offering. Would you suggest that this is a good way to do it?
Absolutely. I think one of the things that I would look at is the Netflix effect. I think if you use Netflix a few years ago, they had a really big problem with drop-off, and the reason behind that is they weren't prescriptive in their content, i.e., they weren't giving me ideas of the things that I'd like to watch, and you'd endlessly flick through Netflix, and eventually you decide that you didn't want to watch the thing that you were looking for. Understand that your members are looking for different types of workouts. I might not be interested in for example, doing a 30-minute HIIT session with Les Mills, but I might be interested in doing some mobility or some flexibility exercises, which you can deliver through the EGYM Digital platform. So I think, firstly, it's about understanding what works with your current membership base, and then being prescriptive based on that.
And we've got John, who's also backed up Emma to say that they have the same problem with their staff being on furlough, but they have just made a point to make any sort of contact just so that their members know that they're not forgotten. I think that's a really good point to raise.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're certainly not saying that you need to be, spamming members and just messaging for the sake of messaging. But I think one of the things that we can do is at least remind them of the digital services that you provide today. That can be setting up a very simple fitness challenge for a couple of days, and using that as a pointer to get your members engaged with, create some competition, create some prizes. We have to try and be creative in what we do. And what we're actually doing at the moment is we're sharing a lot of the ideas that we're seeing that are happening across the industry. So some of the businesses that we're working with, we're sharing that across the industry. And I definitely recommend if anybody's struggling with that area of the business, feel free to reach out to myself or another member of the team, and we'll be happy to provide an overview of some of the things that we're doing to help solve that problem for you.
Perfect. That's all the questions we've got for now.
Fantastic. So what I wanted to do was, we've been talking about some of the challenges that the industry has been facing from a digital perspective, and what steps we've been taking to solve those challenges. What I now want to focus on is, what can the EGYM Digital platform actually do to help you stay more connected with your members? Now, one of the things that we've done is we've moved very quickly to extend an offer of free access to our basic member app until the end of June. The reason we've done this is the app is already live in the App Store, so we don't have to build a new application. We don't have to get any design assets or anything like that. It's ready to go. It can be deployed very quickly, and more importantly, it will tick some of the boxes for you that maybe you're not ticking today, and also show that you're evolving as a business. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take you through a quick overview of actually what's included within the application, and we'll spend a little bit of time going through this. First and foremost, the application can be branded to your business if you require it to be, or it can be branded under the EGYM banner. You'll see what we're able to do is we're able to help you improve your retention by offering BioAge. So this is a new feature that allows your members to track their age. We've also got some really cool features with activity levels and gym ranking, so creating that social connection, and also having fitness challenges available as well. I'm going to share the details of this after we've spoken today. But what we can do is, if there is any specific areas that you're interested in going over, what I have done is I've broken these out on a couple of slides here. I don't want to take too much time of going through the intricacies of the feature set, but in 8 key areas, what we're doing is we're providing a platform for communication through push messaging. We're providing access to our workout library that has over 1,400 workouts where your members can build their own workout plans, but you can also deliver bespoke workout plans. Providing a platform for progress through BioAge, and also creating social connections through gym ranking. We have a really cool activity level feature. So this allows you to see how you're improving through the World Health Organization benchmarks. And this is a really cool feature for you to be able to see at what stage you're moving at and to provide some of those motivational tips. We've already talked about the ways in which you can communicate any changes that are happening with members. This is a really great way of actually doing that automatically and providing a journey that your members can follow. It has to be easy to use, guys. While we're talking about digital, we've already seen that 40 to 55-year-olds are engaging in online content. We really need to make it easy for all generations to leverage the platform. Fitness challenges is also something we've seen a really big spike in our platform. So we can set fitness challenges up just on the number of workouts. We can do distance, time, and the calories burnt. These could be a couple of days challenges, or they could be over a longer period of time. So some tools there that we can think about the way that you want to use these and the way that they fit in to your overall offering. Connected apps, so we're still tracking workouts. Apple Health has seen a big spike in workouts that are being tracked. Fitbit, Runkeeper, and Strava are still seeing lots of activity. So let's not forget to pull in all of that data from those points and bring that into one platform for you. A little bit more information about what's available on the EGYM Digital platform shortly, and some of the next steps and how you can leverage this feature. But is there any questions so far, Tan? Anything you want me to go back over?
Yep, I do have a question here from Mark, who's asked if you can use their own video content within the app.
That's a really good question. So the answer is yes. We have a feature which allows you to share external links to any of your content. So that could be a Zoom link for a live class. It could be a link to Les Mills or any of your own content. Say, for example, on Vimeo or YouTube, you can share that through the application, and you can direct your members to that area of the app.
Perfect. That's it for questions at the moment.
Perfect. So I think we're doing pretty good for time here. I just wanted to cover a couple of FAQs as to how the application can work for you as a business, and some of the most common questions we've had over the last few weeks since enabling this offer. So how long does the app take to go live? Roughly 2 weeks. We're aiming on a 2-week turnaround from when you complete your order form. Is the app free? Yeah, it's 100% free to existing EGYM clients and prospective clients. So if you know any businesses who are maybe falling short from a digital perspective, feel free to send them our way, and we'll be happy to help. Is there any cost after the end of June? Yes, there is. You have an option, guys, to review your position at that time, whether you want to continue to use the service or turn it off. And you can also look at some of our other full branded member app solutions, i.e. having your own app in the App Store at that time. So if you're really looking to upgrade your digital offering, that's something we can review. One of the questions I've been asked this week is, I have an app already, why would I need another one? I think we know more than ever that there's different channels that your members are actually using at the moment to connect with your business, whether that be Facebook, YouTube. I'd really ask yourself today whether your application is aligning with your expectations that you set as a business. Is it something that you would see that there's room for improvement? Ask yourself, how would you rate your current app on a scale of 1 to 10? I think what COVID-19 has done is it's accelerated the digital offering, and we know that it's no longer good enough just to have a class booking application. We need to be ticking boxes in a few different areas from a workout perspective, from a virtual training perspective, and also from a progress perspective as well. If during this time you did want to have your own branding, it's something we can still provide for you. There's a £500 setup fee for that in terms to have your own branding, and the setup's a little bit longer. It's 2 to 4 weeks versus 4 weeks. This is something that can be added throughout the setup process. So if it's something you wanted to do on day one, great, we can do that. Something you wanted to review a little bit later down the line, we can also do that as well. So I'm going to share this link after to get started, but what Tanya's also going to do, and if you can share this in the chat box, is share my calendar. If anyone has any questions after today that maybe we haven't gone through, feel free to book in a call, and we can maybe review what you guys are doing from a digital perspective in a little bit more detail, and look at some of the things that we can help you with. So great, that brings me to the end of the presentation. Tanya, have we got any further questions? Is there anything else that anyone would like me to go back over?
We have, yeah, we've got a few that have come in. So first of all, it's being asked if we can set this up from home, as obviously we're not actually on site at the moment.
Yeah. So really good question. We've got a dedicated team here in the UK who's going to be setting the application up with you. So once the app is live, we'll be providing you with some launch content, so communications on how to promote the application. One of the good things is once we provide you with a link, your members can simply click on that link to download the application. So we make the download process nice and simple, and we'll take you through how to ensure that you have a successful app launch, and also how we continue to offer value over the next few weeks. So you're certainly not left on your own, and you're certainly not going to be just given an app and hope that it works. We're really focusing on making sure that success throughout COVID-19 and for the future.
Perfect. And we've got a question in from Adam, who says, do you allow the app to be connected to our CRM through an API?
Sorry, Tan, can you repeat that question again? I think you dropped out a little bit there. It might be my side.
Yeah, of course I can. We've got a question in from Adam, who says, do you allow the app to be connected to our CRM through an API?
Yeah, we've got a number of different connections to CRM systems. If you want to ping me an email after Adam, feel free to share my email in the chat box as well. We can review what CRM system you're using and whether we have a connection today, and discuss your options in further detail.
Perfect. So we've got another question in from Chris. He says, can I connect my Fitbit to the app?
Yeah, so under the connected apps tile, what we have is the ability to connect Fitbit, Strava, Runkeeper, Apple Health. You also have the ability to connect MyZone and Polar, and we also connect with Withings. So there's some different connected apps that you can use. We pretty much cover around 90% of the wearables and fitness trackers on the market.
Perfect. And we've got another question in from Ed, who says, we have sent out some emails to our members over recent weeks. This has generated a lot of cancellations. Is this just a risk that comes with communicating with our members, or are we missing a trick or a message? Any tips that you could share?
Yeah, I think, as I said at the beginning of the webinar, I think not taking action and sitting back is going to have more dire consequences than actually taking action. I think it's an important part of what you do as a business to communicate with your members, and I think you're going to have a lot more longer term value in showing your members what you're doing today digitally versus a hibernation approach. That's in my opinion, and I think that's echoed across the industry as well.
Perfect. I think as far as questions, that is all we've got in.
Brilliant, fantastic. Well, guys, I've kept it. I'm just 1 minute over, but finally, From all of the team at EGYM Digital, stay healthy, stay home, and stay connected. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks for your time, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.